New York City's subway system unspools across 665 miles of track spread over and under the city, threads that reach almost to the Atlantic Ocean in Queens and Brooklyn, and clump together beneath Manhattan. With nearly 6 million rides each day, it is the largest transportation network in the United States and one of the biggest in the world. But it does not feel that way to Nasir Zahid. It takes 4 separate buses to ferry Mr. Zahid from his home in the Kingsbridge neighborhood in the Bronx to the women's clothing boutique he manages in West Farms, another neighborhood in the same borough where the strands of the subway fray to nothing. It is a 3.5-mile commute that takes Mr. Zahid 1 hour and 45 minutes, and that is only if all 4 buses show up on time. Few physical structures embody the divisions in the city as plainly as the subway system, where the haves and have-nots frequently correlate with which neighborhood has or does not have stops. Subway deserts stretch along the easternmost reaches of Queens, the North Bronx, and across coastal Brooklyn, to name a few places. The dearth of subways disproportionately affects residents of high-density, low-income neighborhoods, but also blue-collar bedroom communities in Queens where the hours and gas money saved on public transportation could make a meaningful difference. "We're paying taxes, why don't we have it?" Mr. Zahid, 67, said of the subway, leaning over a rack of blouses at the shop, Melissa 21, on East Tremont Avenue on a recent afternoon. "They are neglecting the people over here." As the agency that runs the subway, the Metropolitan Transportation Authority oversees an ambitious $836 million plan to repair and update the antiquated subway system. It has become clear to many New Yorkers that a system considered a miracle of engineering has failed to keep pace with the shifting needs of a city where not every commuter's final destination is in Manhattan. A wide-ranging report released by the Regional Plan Association, an urban research group, that focused on how to improve the region's transportation and infrastructure network, found that 2/3 of New Yorkers live beyond walking distance, which it calculated as 1/3 of a mile or more from a subway stop. To these residents, the Transportation Authority is tackling only half of the issue. The problem for many New Yorkers is not just the subway that exists, it is the subway that doesn't. "It's unjust," said Paul Richardson, an 18-year-old high school student who lives in Hollis, Queens, a borough where, according to the Regional Plan Association, just 4 out of 10 residents live within walking distance of the subway. To get to his job this past summer helping disabled passengers at Kennedy International Airport, he had to ride several buses over an hour each day. "It's too much time." The need for better public transportation in the far reaches of the city is not solely an issue of equity, but also vital to ensuring the city's economic future, advocates and transit experts say. A 2013 study by the Pratt Center for Community Development blamed the downturn in job growth in Manhattan between 2000 and 2009 in part for the challenge of simply getting there from neighborhoods in the other boroughs where low-income New Yorkers have increasingly been pushed.